the D. Oh my gosh. Did you see what's happening on your screen? It's Tracy and Jesse and Tracy.
Oh, you don't play it?
What happened?
We're good.
Tracy, you remember her name? Let's bring it back.
I couldn't tell
1,
you
2,
were wrong.
3. And here you go, is she wants to be. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we're back. You see, Jess, she's back in the building, and she's the best. We're about to give you some Cowboys fest. Yeah, we lost, but it's another week. About to go and have a win repeat. Dirty Falcons, they coming through. About to knock them down with the Cowboys crew. Time to do some shout outs. Hearing you, where is that? Pulling up your names right now. We just like to talk about it and wow. What's going on with you? It's because you want the deep crew. That's all I got anyway. That's all I got. I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back at the end.
Do not call it a comeback. Do not call it a comeback. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yes! Yes!
Welcome to episode 10 of the She Wants the Deep podcast. You know what? I did not load the intro. I'm going to try to do that while we're rolling. So you guys need to keep it going, JoJo. Keep it going.
All right, let's bring it back. What happened? And we're back. She wants to be, and yeah, that was back. She brought us back, and here it is, just the fade to black, and then you bring it back, kids. Let's do some shout outs, here we go. I see Daisy, I see Lewis, I see Kevin, I see I see Chesney, I see Terry. Y'all see us on the screen again. Yeah, it's time to get it in. Cowboys crew, baby, what they do is time to like, share, follow. Let's get it in. We're going to talk about some Cowboys today. I see Alex, I see Daisy, I see Joyce, and she's looking real wild. Time to do what she wants to be style.
Welcome to episode 10 of the She Wants the Deep podcast. It has been a while. I have been in Mexico. We have been separated. We are here. I am just here so I don't get fined.
She was about to get fined. She was about to get fined, for real.
I completely forgot to load the intro. I knew that I was going to forget something. I knew that there was going to be at least one thing or multiple things that I forgot. So there will be no She Wants the Deep intro today.
And that's all right. We hear it up.
We can run a short one.
Hey. Is she wants to eat today? Hey. I like it. I love it. I want some more. All
right. We got a little one in. How's it going, man? This feels good, yeah?
Yeah. We're live. We're live and local.
We are in charge.
Man.
We're here, large and in charge.
We are back. We have gotten just back. Come on, man. This is the best.
I'm here. I'm 30 pounds lighter.
Yes, you look good. Nice and tan, I must say.
The tan will not last for long. That's going to...
I like it.
I mean, I'm always tan, but not Mexico tan.
Yeah.
There's a difference between tan and Mexico tan.
It definitely is.
But it's good to be here. It's weird.
So how's Texas?
Echo-y. Oh no, we have echo.
Okay, the echo should be gone.
Sorry, guys. The echo should be gone.
Oh my God, man.
Listen now, and you should be like, wow.
You got to work out the kinks.
Yes,
y'all.
Sandra, we got it. You don't have to be so harsh about it. Jeez. God. This
Yeah,
sound is horrible.
It's going to be real kinky.
Your
tonight.
tone is horrible.
Yeah.
How about that, Sandra?
It's going to be real.
We ask for your patience, please.
Yes. Paciencia, por
Golly,
favor.
did you not hear us say back for the first time? God.
Paciencia, porfa. All right.
People are so critical these days.
Well, it may be just because they're a little bitter coming off of this loss. I know I am.
Man, it was bad.
Bruh.
It was bad.
Real
Sorry,
bad.
I had to kill a fly right there real quick. Yeah,
So-
it was pretty hard to watch, y'all. And we watched it together.
We did.
It was
We
amazing.
did.
We
did.
almost got into some beef with a Raiders fan.
We did.
But luckily the
Come on.
bartender, kind of took over, so we didn't really have to do much.
She was not she was not a Raiders fan. She was just there to cause problems.
Man, she was like,
From the start.
this chick was aggressive, y'all.
Aggressive.
Like aggressively aggressive.
For every game. She was watching the Cowboys
this
game,
wasn't even
the
a Phillies
Raiders
fan.
game, the
Jesus.
Saints game, everyone. You know who's going to be in the comment section tonight?
Who? I need to know.
I will bet every penny in my bank account that someone who's been relatively silent this season will be in the comment section tonight. I think you know who I'm talking about.
You got to tell me. I'm flabbergasted. I'm lost for
Tracy.
words.
Who's-
Patrick?
Who's going to be on the comment section tonight that hasn't been there for a while? A hater.
Oh, it's a hater too?
Gwendolyn.
Oh, no,
Oh!
she hasn't been in the comment section.
Phillies fan,
course.
Miss Gwendolyn.
For
Come
a
on out,
Of
Miss Gwendolyn.
course.
I mean, have
when
you
we're
seen the Philly?
winning,
Have
when
you
we're
seen Philly?
winning, we don't hear from the haters.
Hey, but we did just come off a loss, so if anybody's gonna come through, I think Gwendolyn will show her face when she see this live feed.
Hello,
going.
Gwendolyn. Nice to
We
see
here,
you
girl,
again.
live
honey.
and local,
Nice
live
to
and local.
Nice to see you again, honey. Hello.
Yeah,
All right, man. I did not load the highlights because I did not think that we would want to
No.
get into that. Okay, good. I assumed
there's nothing high
correctly.
about those lights.
No, they are low lights. For
Low
sure.
lights.
Okay, so I'm glad I didn't do that. Man, that sucks that we started off with the echo because I checked everything.
You are usually pretty OCD about those kind of
No,
things.
we
yeah.
checked
I
everything.
mean,
We even
it doesn't
did a
matter if
test.
we check anything. We don't know about the echo until we are broadcasting
You
live.
gotta push that
So-
button, Jess.
Yes, I know. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. This won't be the last one that we do together
Nope.
until Jess goes back to Mexico. So
It will not.
they'll get
So.
smoother and better as we go.
I gotta relearn, guys. I gotta relearn.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of relearning things, this team, man, it has this loss was a complete team effort.
Yes.
From like you said, say what you said on Sunday.
It was a shit show in all three phases of the game.
All three
All
phases.
three phases
all three
of the game.
And
it was
as
bad.
much as it just kills me to hear the words of Jason Garrett.
Was it not perfect?
No, I mean it's. You're right.
You can't say
You are
anything better.
absolutely right. Dak was really off. The O-line was off. Defense was off. Coaching was off. Dak was 19 of 39.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, really bad.
Gross.
78 yards rushing total, which I expected. I expected the Broncos to shut down the run
Yeah.
because they knew we had a questionable Dak. So, of course, they're going to make us pass it. I knew that. I expected it, but I did not expect my Dakota.
Yeah.
They came out
pretty bad.
aggressive. They
It was
came
pretty
out
bad.
super aggressive. We couldn't get that running game going at all.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it was pretty bad.
I mean, honestly, okay, so Zeke did average 5 yards per carry. So I don't want to completely trash the run game. I think that this really had more to do with the O-line, which was surprising to me because we got our Lael Collins back.
But we were missing Tyron Smith.
We were missing Tyron Smith, and we had Terrence Steele on the left side,
Yes.
which he had previously been in for Lael on
Yes.
the right side.
Yes.
So he was used to playing that right tackle, and then we put him in at left tackle, and honey, boo-boo, kitty cat. He just looked lost.
Well, Jess, we said it all day that Sunday. It wasn't. Honestly, when I look back and I watch the highlights, the offensive line wasn't great. But if you go back and look, Dak had enough time to make passes. Between receivers, look at the drop passes we saw. It hit Coop right in the chest on the third down pass.
They were dropping balls like
Yeah.
crazy.
It was just a complete
Yeah.
dismantlement, for lack of better words,
For sure.
of the entire football team. And you get your quarterback back, and you're riding on a high because of that. You've pretty much felt like you've been unbeatable at this point, being able to come back from behind, being able to recover from slow starts. And I think we just hit a wall where we thought this was going to be another one of those moments And instead of executing, we dug ourselves in a hole more and more and more, into the point where there was no possible way to dig yourself out of it. If you looking at third quarter and beyond, receivers were giving up. They were not bursting off the line of scrimmage. They were not making those cuts trying to get open. It was just an obvious white flag from the entire team. Besides Dak and Micah Parsons, I saw no one at least attempting to put up a fight and at least make the score respectable for our fans and just to build off of going forward. So it was a complete letdown from coaching all the way down to special teams. It was bad.
I would say that I know that Dak fights from beginning to end, but I even saw it in his face. He was
the defeat.
Defeated, just completely
defeated. It looked like shock to me.
Yeah,
utter shock and bewilderment about what was happening.
Nobody has said why in the press conferences. All they have done is own it, and there was no detail in what actually happened. I still want to know why.
Yeah.
We still don't know why. I mean, they never really pinpoint anything. They just,
honestly,
we just lost. We just lost.
Honestly, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This will be the one time in history that I've ever said this and probably ever will. I think Jerry Jones actually nailed it. He said that basically the ego got to them. The ego got to them, and they were flying a little too close to the sun.
Too confident,
we got this, which is what I thought too. I said on the last podcast,
you were hella confident.
You were so confident. 44-16.
You were so confident.
44-16. I said we were gonna come out, we're gonna put on a show, we're gonna light it up, and
we've beat better teams.
Bro, I mean, the Broncos are not that great.
They're not that great.
They're not that
and I'm
great.
not going to sit here and make it seem like the Denver Broncos are a complete and absolute horrible team. Because they're not.
No, they're
but
not.
There's nothing that they do great. There's not like they have a dominant defensive front. It's not like they have a shutdown secondary. It's not like they have a special teams that can make plays. I mean, there's nothing that they do great. They are literally right in the smack dab middle or the bottom tier of every stat in football.
Yeah.
So it's not that we expected the Denver Broncos to come out here and just shit the bed and just let us walk all over them, but we did not expect them to just completely dominate our football team from start to finish, and that's exactly what happened. And it was hard to watch.
100%. The thing that was driving me absolutely up a wall was the fact that we could not. Well, okay. We have 14 first downs out of that whole game. Denver had 23.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the time of possession.
Yeah, they always had the ball. They had the ball the whole time.
Like, literally, we would look up from taking a bite of food, and we would be like, wait, I thought we just had the ball.
We just
like,
had
why
the ball.
does Denver have the ball already?
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. A couple of those were on the refs, man. Like, we did have some really bad calls.
Yeah.
It just wasn't our day. It was not our day. Every wide receiver had butterfingers. Nobody could catch it. But here's the thing. Oh, we forgot to close the door for Witten. No,
Witten.
honey.
Oh,
Witten.
hey, we love you.
Hi, Witten.
We love you.
She just made an appearance.
Witten's
That's
here.
the first time she's ever been on the
Witten's
podcast.
Hey, Witten, honey, just don't.
Where's Daddy?
Go get Daddy, honey.
Go get Daddy.
I'm going to kill him.
Go get Daddy.
Can we text Bruce and okay, perfect, good. Sorry about that. No.
There goes the year.
There she comes.
Just ignore her.
Yeah. We're gonna
She's not
walk
here.
through it.
Yeah,
You don't see a dog licking me.
I don't care
there's
about her
no
being
dog in the
here. I just don't want her to. Yeah.
There's no dog.
Yeah, there
There's
you
no
go.
dog.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, Bruce is gonna get it. Bruce is gonna.
That was
get
adorable,
it.
though, wasn't it?
Actually,
gosh.
that's not Bruce's fault. That's our
She
fault.
missed
We
me,
should have
y'all.
closed the door.
Don't be mad at
Yeah,
her.
we should have closed the door.
That's our fault. That's our fault. Where was I? Yeah, the first downs, the time of possession. Every wide receiver had butterfingers. It seemed like Dak would either throw it in front of or behind, and even when he did throw it dead on, 9 times out of 10, these wide receivers were dropping it. We just didn't have it. It just wasn't our day.
No.
Wasn't our day. The Broncos did their homework. Kudos to them for doing their homework and knowing exactly how to beat this team. The one positive, I'm going to bring it back to Micah Parsons. Poor thing. He was just busting his butt out there. And it seems like every time they put the camera on Micah Parsons,
he was like, where are y'all
angry,
at, man? Why is this all on me?
He looked hangry, hungry and angry.
He was shaking his head.
Oh my gosh.
Just so
I just wanted
upset.
to get that man a burger.
Seriously. But maybe I'll save this for Falcons talk. The O-line is what has me the most concerned, if I'm being honest, especially because we have a kind of injured. I mean, he's still injured. Mm-hmm. He's still milking a calf strain.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, does anyone have anything else to say about this horrible game?
Hell
before
no.
we
I
move
think
on?
we've talked about it too long already.
Yeah. Let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Yes.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on.
I remember everything.
Yeah, I do too. I do. It's great. It's great. I love it. All right, so we are getting into this next matchup, Cowboys Falcons. Let's let all the bad juju go. Let's let all woosah. Let's let it all go.
Shake it off.
Let's let it all go. Okay,
Shake
we're
it
moving on. We talked about the last one. Now we're moving on. Okay, shaking off all that bad juju. Speaking of bad juju, I fully blame the freaking red stripe on the helmet because you know what?
No, the red stripe.
The first thing I thought of when they added that red stripe was Patriots.
Oh, gross. Why did you even say that?
Because,
Why? How dare you associate that cheating franchise with America's team?
I can
America.
I can say it now because it's over.
Oh,
I wouldn't dare say it before the game because then that's claiming the mojo. I would never claim the mojo, but now that it's over, I must say I fully believe that that's the reason why we had such a crappy day. 100%. Y'all know how I am with my superstitions and my thing. Hey man, I'm telling you.
You guys, she was blaming herself at one point for being back in the United States of America.
I came to the United States and we lost. And we lost.
I was like, Jesus.
Not only did we lose, we lost commandingly.
It's not the only game we've lost.
No, but it's the only game we've lost like that. If Zerline had made his freaking kicks.
True. But we should never leave it down to the kicker.
Of course not.
Never.
Of course not. But I still blame him, and I always will.
Kicker. Ugh.
I always will blame him.
Speaking
of Zerline, he is on the COVID-19 list.
Huh?
He's on the COVID-19. Yes.
So who's gonna be kicking?
I have no idea.
God, what is up with everybody getting COVID?
I have no idea, but please let's not leave it up to the kicker. Can we just please not leave it up to the kicker?
I mean, kickers have been bad all across the league this year.
For real.
Extra points.
Yes.
Chip shot field goals. I mean, literally, what the hell? I mean, these guys, I'm sorry.
You have
call
one
it what you
job.
want. You don't get tackled every other play. You don't have to learn routes. You don't have to dictate where a safety is going to be and try and move him with your eyes away from your wide receiver or tight end. All you have to do is go your ass up there, line it up, and drive it through the goalpost. I'm sorry. I do not understand.
You have one job.
What else do they do in practice but kick the ball?
Hell if I know.
You know what? Don't get me started. Don't even get me started.
It ain't kicking the ball because, I mean, you have one job. If I had just one job.
I would be amazing at
just
it.
The one job.
Do you know how many jobs I have? Do you know how many things in one day I have to do?
I don't even want to know.
No,
honestly.
It wears me out.
I kicked it with them all night for the game.
It wears me out.
And I woke up and I was washing clothes and they were still asleep. Mm-hmm. I had washed clothes. I had went and done grocery shopping.
On like 3 hours of sleep. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
I'm worn out just thinking of. She wears me out just talking about it.
Gotta get it.
But the point is, so I don't know who's going to be kicking that ball. Let's hope that we don't need anyone.
I'll go out there and kick.
You can't be any worse than Zerline. That's for sure.
Line it up.
That's for sure.
Ooh, Luis says he can't wait for Sunday. It's his birthday and he wants a W from his boys for his birthday.
I want a W for you.
We do as well.
Luis.
We'll
Happy
be in
birthday.
the building. It's going to be a
That's right.
party. I like that.
All right, so we are playing the Falcons. They are 4-4. They are third in their division, which includes the Saints, the Bucks, and a team that I can't remember.
Saints, Bucks. Who else? You're right. Jeez,
I
that's
don't
horrible.
remember the last one.
We are the worst.
If Patrick's in the chat, Pat, tell us.
Yeah, Pat. You know Pat know.
Oh, for sure.
You know Pat know.
That's why he wants to go to the game with us, because he hates the Falcons.
Oh, he hates the Falcons.
Division
It's
rivals.
Atlanta and Carolina. That's what it is.
Ah,
Bucks, Saints, Atlanta, and Carolina. And they are all except Tampa Bay, of course. New Orleans 5-3, Atlanta's 4-4, and Carolina's 4-5. So yeah, the Atlanta are definitely going to be coming in here gunning for a win as well.
which was my point. It's a tight division, very tight division, so they're going to be fighting for their spot. The Falcons don't have a lot on the ground as far as their run game, so they are going to be throwing the ball a lot, and Matt Ryan is no chump. If you think he's a chump, then
you better go watch that tape.
yeah, you better go watch some tape, because he is not a chump.
You better ask somebody.
And after what we saw from the Broncos, what do we feel are going to be the biggest factors for the Cowboys to get this win? Because, honestly, with the exception of the Falcons' run game not being as good as the Broncos' run game, I see these two teams as pretty evenly stacked. So I feel like this game will go a lot of the same way that the Broncos game went. And I think that they are also going to attack the run, just like the Broncos did.
Yeah.
And they are going to force us to pass the ball, just like the Broncos did, which in games past has not been an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
But how are we feeling?
Well, I think, okay, so let's start with the Falcons. I don't think they're going to have the ability that the Broncos did to shut down our run game. If you look at them and their stats, teams have been able to move the ball as far as running it on the ground against them. I mean, even with the Saints last week, they still had 100, I think, 9 or 10 rush yards total. I mean, it was between two players, but, you know, they still got 100 rush yards on the ground. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be as easy for them to shut down Zeke and Pollard, but I think the one thing that we are going to have to pay attention of is not getting behind the way we did against the Broncos, because the Falcons can move the ball and they can put up points. And if it's nothing else that our defense have not shown us, it is the fact that teams can gain yards against them. I mean, if you look back at the turnovers, if it wasn't for the turnovers that our defense have been able to create, teams would be able to score more points than they have against us, because the teams are able to move the ball. It's just that we either create a turnover before it gets to the red zone, or we're able to stop them and hold them to a field goal. But all year, teams have been able to show that they can move the ball up and down the field against this defense. So that's going to be the issue, not getting behind early, keeping pace as far as scoring, because I think we're getting back to the thing I was worried about at the beginning of this season, to where we cannot depend on this defense to make stops, because they weren't able to do it against the Broncos. And it's not like they have any high personnel. They don't have a number one receiver. They don't have a top 5 receiver in the league. They don't have a top 5 running back in the league. I'm telling you, defense is going to be a problem going forward.
And it's what we've preached in previous years on She Wants the D, complacency. And boy, does this team have an issue with complacency.
Yes.
And it always has.
They like to get comfortable.
They sure do. And we've always blamed it on Jason Garrett, and that was a huge part of it. I mean, as we've seen, we've fixed a lot of these coaching issues, but I mean, we saw that come into play in this last game. The fact that they could not adjust, and this is something that you told me after we watched the game, and it really stuck with me. Malik Turner, ended up in the fourth quarter scoring us some points. Why didn't we adjust early on with Malik Turner?
He got both of the touchdowns.
He got
from
both
that.
of the touchdowns. Yeah. So why did we not come out at halftime and say, okay, they are covering the hell out of Coop, Lamb, Schultz.
Let's mix it up.
Let's bring out Malik Turner and let's see what he can do, because they're not going to cover him. They're going to spend all their coverage on these stars that have been lighting it up, which they did all in the first half. We couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
And they wait until the last quarter, like halfway into the last quarter, to say, okay, we'll put Malik Turner in there and see what he can do. And he scores 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, nobody was paying attention to him in that end zone.
I didn't
He
understand that
literally
either.
walked right past the defender, and they paid no attention to him whatsoever. So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand why they didn't think to do things like that early on. I mean, but it looked like Cowboys from the past where it was too little too late.
Where we can't adjust.
But
where we can't adjust.
One thing I will say that has been different this year, and I think we can all three agree to this, is the fact that this team has shown the ability to adjust. This team has shown the ability to learn from their mistakes and make it better moving forward. So I don't think Dak is going to look at this tape and think, I played good.
No,
there's
he
not
knows
much
he
I
didn't.
can do. He's going to look at that game and say, I played like absolute dog shit. He's going to go into practice completely focused. Everybody's going to pay attention to the tape a little bit more. Everybody's going to, pay attention during drills a little bit more. You're going to pay attention to those schemes that your coaches are talking about in your team meetings a little bit more, and we're going to come out a little bit more prepared and ready to get the W. And like I said that day, sometimes a team needs a loss like this when you're on a roll, when you're defying expectations. Sometimes you need a loss like this to snap your ass back and say, no, we still have plenty of work and improvement to do before we get to where we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and especially this team in particular, because when you're on America's team,
America.
everything is inflated. It's been it's always inflated, right? We
for sure.
We get a little bit of momentum, and everybody's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
America's team, America's team." And when you're a CeeDee Lamb, when you're a Micah Parsons, even though he played his ass off,
Oh man, he was
when
great.
you are
He was great.
a Wilson, when you're a young player coming, even Diggs, you're a young player in this league, and you get on a team that, oh, you're on America's team and you're doing so great. I mean, we've seen it in the past.
Yeah.
It gets to your head, and you get on this ego trip, and you think that there's no one can touch
You're
you.
invincible.
And then you get a reality check pretty quick.
Real quick.
So what is it? Run or pass?
Pass.
Pass.
What do you mean?
I say pass it too.
For
Run
this
the
game.
Against the Falcons?
Mm-hmm.
No. I think it needs to be a combination of both.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think it needs to be, if anything, I would say 60-40, pass, run. Pass 60, run 40. But one of the things that this Atlanta defense has a weakness of is play action pass. So we have to at least create the threat of the run for play action pass to work. So, yeah, I feel like we should try and mix it up. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, not so much running on every damn first down, but mixing up our play calling and keeping that defense on their toes. And I feel like that's going to give us the ability to get out and get in front early on and keep the damn lead, which is what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's why I say pass, because I feel like Atlanta is going to play us exactly the way Denver played us, which is they are going to attack the crap out of the run, which is exactly what Denver did, even though I feel like the run wasn't super horrible.
It wasn't horrible.
If anything, it was the highlight of our
No,
offense.
you're right. It wasn't
It
horrible.
wasn't like they just
No.
completely shut
was
our
just-
run game down.
It was stopped.
It wasn't just awesome.
No, it wasn't.
know?
It wasn't bad. Zeke averaged 5 yards per carry, which is not anything.
Prescott
to stop
averaged
at.
8.
Yeah,
He only had 2, but
he
still.
was. He was
Hey,
also. He was also 19 of 39.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess, we know. You
I
don't
mean,
have to
I'm just
keep
saying.
pounding that
I'm
stat.
just-
We
I'm just
know.
saying.
Don't mention it.
No.
God.
I know.
even Hall of Famers have a bad game, okay?
This is true. This
Jesus,
is true.
Murphy.
And at least it's happening early on in the season. And I agree with your logic that sometimes it is good to just get that good old fashioned kick in the butt. You
Yep.
know, like, hey, you are not done yet.
Time to humble down.
You are not done.
In the words of Kendrick Lamar, be humble.
Oof.
Yeah.
Too bad I don't have that sound bite.
I know that would have been a perfect segue.
It would get
right?
us in trouble, though. We can't use it. We can't use it. They would put us in Facebook jail.
Haters, copywriting haters.
So yeah, I mean that's really all I have to say about the Falcons. I mean, I'm nervous now. I'm nervous. I didn't want to be nervous going into this game.
I'm not nervous. I am not nervous because
I'm
she
glad.
wants the D gonna be in the building. I'm
That's
not
right.
nervous.
That's right. We are gonna be in the building.
JoJo gonna be there drinking way too much, cheering for the boys. And somebody's going to walk me to Texas Live so I can drink some more after the game, damn it. That's what's happening.
And we're going to be with Pat.
Oh, yes.
Will be even better because
One of my favorite people.
he's actually going to root for the Cowboys. So that'll be a real treat.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
All right. So without further ado,
That's it.
let's get to the best part of our show,
Here.
which is your game predictions.
Yeah. We're gonna predict some game calls, y'all.
We get to do game predictions live, you guys.
Oh my god.
You
Oh my God.
We are back together again. I love to be with my friends, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking for that clapping soundbite the whole podcast.
Oh, and you just found it?
And
Clap
I
that
just
game
found
sick.
it. I wanted to do it like 4 times before, and I couldn't find it.
Oh, poor little
I
Tink
couldn't
Tink.
find it. So,
Poor
okay,
little
guys.
Tink Tink.
As always, please leave your predictions in the comments as we are giving ours.
Wow.
Nobody got close.
Oh yeah.
Nobody got close.
Nobody predicted a
We
loss.
all of us
except for JoJo.
all of us overshot.
JoJo actually did predict a loss if he who shall not be named
Was playing.
was
yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
actually did predict a loss,
Yeah.
but that's not how it went.
And Dak. Ooh, Dakota. My Dakota.
Oh, honey.
Every-
Well, you know, he
Dad Glock right twice a day.
had 3 weeks off, so I mean,
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
we fed in the sea.
My baby.
We fed in the sea. So as always, leave your predictions in the comments. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
I mean, I have my notes. If y'all want me to go first, I'll go
I'll take it.
first. All right, Hannah.
All right. So, gonna be at home again. And I'm pretty sure that the Dakota-led Cowboys.
Wait. Before we go into this, there's one thing I wanted to mention that I heard that was really strange today on the fan.
What?
You know how we were talking on the way to watch the game, how they had the roof closed and it was at noon, sunny, 75.
Beautiful.
They said
Perfect.
today, they were like, when you have your guys coming in and playing in the morning, open the roof.
Yeah.
That's true.
Open the roof.
They actually said, I mean,
They were
But
like,
you know, a
they're
lot of the
if you
opposing
don't-
teams complain about the light and the way it shines on the field when the
Not at
when the
noon,
dome is-
no.
Well, yeah, you're right because it wouldn't be up that.
Maybe towards the end of the game.
I don't know about no
Maybe
damn
towards
time.
the end of the game. That could be correct.
Yeah.
so here's the thing about this stadium, okay? And I know this because I listened to the ticket. And if anyone listens to the ticket and you listen to the afternoon drive show, you know, I think it's Junior Miller. He always says that the reason why the light in Cowboys Stadium is so terrible is because they faced the stadium east-west.
The ends of the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So when we have that 3:15 game,
Yeah.
that
It's
sun
horrible.
shines right through the
It's
stadium.
so bad.
Yeah, and it shines through the glass doors.
Yes, it shines through everything. So, you know, the quarterbacks are like this trying to pass the ball, and the kickers are like this trying to kick the ball, and
Kicker.
wide receivers can't see the ball, and it is a major, major factor
Yeah.
because usually when you build a stadium, you face it north-south so that you don't get any of that residual effect from the sun. However, our one Jerry Jones did not do that. And I did see a lot of stuff about that, Tracy, but what I saw more specifically was not the sunlight, but the fact that the time change.
Yeah, because they're tired.
Because they're tired.
They're playing in a 65-degree art studio.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's not just going to affect our team.
No.
That's going to affect the other
That's
teams.
what I'm
Yes.
saying is like,
Yes.
how could they even...
They look completely unbothered.
How
Right,
could they even
right,
use that
right.
as an excuse? But I
Yes.
think they were just trying... we're all still trying
we're all
to...
grabbing.
We're still trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell happened?
We're all
Anyway,
grasping.
sorry to
We're coming
interrupt.
up with
No, no,
every
no.
excuse in the.
Sorry to interrupt. It just...
We sound like Cowboys fans
That
right
is-
now, y'all.
That is not an interruption.
That's a solid point.
So let's hope they open the roof
The
Sunday.
Open
The
the
roof.
roof.
The roof is
Jerry.
on fire.
Jerry, open that roof.
Open the roof so
we
we
Bust it
know
wide
that
open,
you
Jerry.
carry the remote in your pocket.
open the roof so we know what time it is. So yeah.
We know.
Yeah, we know Jerry got
No,
a remote
I'm
that control
actually-
every damn thing in that stadium.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because I have seen that. I have seen and heard that on more than one broadcast or blog
Yeah.
or the multiple things that I read during the week. And yeah, it's just a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is why, just for anyone who doesn't know, that's why our stadium can be such an issue during those 3:15 games.
Yeah.
Because it faces east-west and not north-south.
Stupid
Because
Jerry.
Jura wants what he
Jerry.
wants, and Jura gets what he gets.
And then what a
That's what it is.
douchebag architect. Because I would have been like, dude,
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
telling
Yeah,
you, we
you
need to
can't do
face it
that.
this way
Yeah.
for a reason. And Jerry's like, I don't give a damn. I'm paying for the stadium.
Can't do that in
Put it
Texas.
the way I want it.
We got that Western sun, yo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Beam me up, Scotty.
But, you know,
All right.
what else? Okay,
Sorry,
JoJo.
continue with your
JoJo was
prediction.
going first.
Oh, yes, I was. Thanks, Tracy.
Sorry.
But no.
I didn't know if that comment would affect your prediction, so I wanted to throw it in
Hell
there.
no, it doesn't.
Okay, cool.
All right, look, I think Atlanta, again, I think we're going in facing a team. I'm not going to say Atlanta is a bad team. They've been in every game. I think they're like, they've lost more games by 7 points or less than any team in the league this year. So
They throw in high scores for sure.
yeah, man, they know how to put up points. They know how to get in the red zone. But as long as our defense benefits on keeping them out of the red zone, they're one of the teams that score more field goals than touchdowns than any other team in the league. I think it's like top 3 at least. So if we can just keep them to 3 versus 7, if our defense can get some turnovers, our boy Trayvon Diggs has been a little trigger happy lately. If he can, get it, reel it back in,
Yep.
and get back to what makes him great. Because I think the coordinators are starting to see that he's a little bit of a ball hawk, and they are starting to watch his eyes in the tape, and they are predicting what he may do, and they're tricking him a little bit out there when he's on the football field. So I think he has to adjust to that, and I feel if our defense can get us a couple turnovers, I feel like Dak's going to come out a lot more accurate, a lot more aggressive. I feel like this offense in general, Keelan Moore, he's going to make them come out a lot more aggressive. So I'm going to predict a bounce-back win, and I'm going to say we're going to be at home with us in the building. I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be tight, but I think we're going to pull it out 28-24 Cowboys.
Oh.
Wow.
28-24 Cowboys.
That's gonna get interesting at the end.
Yeah, it will.
Big time.
We are
It's
so
we're going to be down 21-24,
Yeah.
and we're going to come back and score the winning touchdown.
we are so simpatico.
Yeah.
We are so
Was
simpatico.
that you?
Bruh.
I'll be trying to tell you.
Even
Trying to tell
my
you.
notes were so close to everything you were saying. Because I noticed the Trayvon Diggs thing so much in this Denver game. They shut him down, dude. Down.
Got to get that defensive coordinator for the Broncos. That's one of the things I paid attention to when I watched the game for a second time. It's just the way that, and they were baiting him into penalties. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
they would bite. He would bite, and then he would have to recover to the
Yeah.
point where you almost had to do pass interference, or you had to have
Yep.
holding in order to catch back up to the play. So, they're starting to pay
That was
attention to Diggs a little bit and trying to trick that kid, and it's
Yes.
working.
Big
Yes,
strategy.
Yes. And even if you go back and you watch sounds from the sidelines, which is I don't suggest doing because it's very depressing. But yeah, you hear Dak tell Diggs, "You're a wide receiver. Go up and get it. You're a wide receiver. Go up and get it." And but they're starting to catch on to that.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to adjust.
Yes. So and that's the theme, right? That is the one takeaway that hit me the most from this Broncos game, because it's like, it seems like up until this point, even in the Buccaneers game, I know that everyone's gonna trash me for this, and I don't care. I blame Zerline for that loss. I blame him for that loss.
Well, he cost us 7 points.
Yeah.
7 points.
That's an entire touchdown and an extra point.
I mean, the 50 whatever yarder, okay, nobody expected him to make that. But, bro, that's still 4 other points on the board. We lost by 1.
One of them was a 31-yard kick.
And an extra point. And an extra point.
Yeah.
Even if he had made his extra point, we would have gone into overtime. Like, seriously. And that's my point. That's my point. Bro, I can't.
So it would have been a win for sure.
You can't stand him. You can't
hate him
stand
so
him
much.
as a kicker.
Here's the thing. It's not just Zerline. Okay?
Maher.
I mean, let's be honest. All right. And everybody that all old school She Wants the D fans. Okay. You all know this about me.
Just got kicker issues.
I cannot deal with a kicker that is not Dan Bailey. Where is Dan Bailey? I can't.
Jess, he is gone.
No.
He's not coming back. We got you back. We ain't getting Dan Bailey back, okay? It's not happening.
It'll never be the same.
It won't.
It'll never be the
Dan
same.
Bailey curse, baby. The Dan Bailey curse.
It is the curse, dude.
They
It
should
is
have
a
let him
curse.
die on that damn football field
God.
kicking that ball.
Okay, what's yours?
Okay, all right. So I went on a tangent.
Yes, I'm
and
picking my nose.
I knew that we would. I knew we would go off on tangents. It's our first show back.
Yeah.
So bear with us. We're very excited. But no, JoJo touched on basically everything that I was going to say. The main thing being Trayvon Diggs. Because, again, this Falcons offense, they are not chumps. Matt Ryan is no chump. These wide receivers are no chumps. They do put up points. They put up a lot of points. I went through. I looked at their schedule. I looked at their highlights. They can score points. And if this defense is not on it, then it can get away.
Oh, yeah.
It can get away.
Yeah.
It can really, really, really get away.
It can get real.
Just like the Denver game did. So I need my offense to come out guns blazing, which I think they will. I know my Dakota.
Yes.
And I know that my Dakota was not happy with what happened. And
Definitely not.
I know that my Dakota worked all week long to try to fix everything that he did and every mistake that he made.
Not just with him, with everybody else.
Everybody.
He was in everybody's ass.
Everybody, as he should
at
be.
practice this week.
As
I
he should
guarantee
be.
you, Coop, CD,
For sure.
everybody.
For sure. As he should be, because it was a team effort loss. I don't point this loss to anyone. I don't say it was all Dak. It was all the wide receivers. It was all defense. It was all coaching. Everyone shit the bed.
Yeah, they completely sucked together.
Everyone shit the bed.
Yes.
Okay?
In all 3 phases.
And oh, God.
I had to. Just one more.
It hurts my soul so
In all
much.
3
It hurts
phases.
my soul
Your
so
thumbs up.
much. Again, all She Wants to D old schoolers will know why that hurts my soul. Anyways, we're moving on. Okay, so Trayvon Diggs really has to do his job. He really, really, really has to step up. And the secondary, all of the secondary, not just Trayvon Diggs. We expect more out of Trayvon Diggs because he showed us a lot.
Oh, yeah,
So
he's shown it, man.
once you show us that, and you don't
do it.
deliver,
You best do
okay?
it.
Yeah, you can't give it to me and take it away.
Right?
Hell
No,
no.
yeah.
Don't be an Indian giver, Diggs.
Yeah, the Lord giveth, but he best not take it away. Okay? Don't take it away.
Yo, man.
So I agree.
We're not even high. This is crazy.
I agree, and I think that this, again, I know I've said it a couple of times, but I think that they will be very focused on shutting down the run and making us throw. simply because of what they saw last week. And why would they not?
Yeah.
It was a terrible performance.
Yeah.
So I agree, very simpatico with JoJo. I am going to say that this will be a win, but it will be very close at 28-21 Cowboys.
I like it.
Okay, I'm going not complete opposite, just a little bit.
What?
I think we're gonna win by a field goal.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Tight.
I know.
Ooh.
I hate to put it on him, but
Like virgin tight.
I wonder who even is going to be our kicker.
I don't know.
Because, again, if you guys weren't here in the beginning of the podcast, I did read today that Zerline is on COVID-19 protocol. Maybe I got it from the same source that I always get my news from.
Maybe
which
he's
is
been
legit.
exposed and doesn't have it or something, like he's on protocol,
I hope
meaning
so,
that he's
man.
just going through they never said he had it, did they? Does he have
I don't know.
it?
I don't know if he's on IR.
I don't
Let's-
either.
let's
I didn't
look.
even look up the injury
Let's
report
see.
because I was...
Yeah, we need to check that out.
Let's see if he's on IR.
We're gonna
Let's see what the
Google
injury
it.
report is while I'm doing through this. Okay, so field goal. My prediction, and I think we're going to have to do a mixture of both pass and run. Probably, like JoJo said, 60-40. We need to keep these guys guessing.
Yes.
I think they are apt in their studies, and they've always been like that. I feel like it's almost like the Falcons are psychic sometimes. I don't know. I also said last week, God, I feel like the Falcons is going to be just like the Broncos game.
You've been saying it all week.
Yeah.
You've
you
been
have.
saying it all week.
I feel like it's going to be just as much of a fight. I just feel like this time we're going to be like coming out guns a-blazing in the beginning like we have been all season. I don't know what happened this last game, but we were not aggressive enough. And I'm going to say 30-27. Heads down, mouth shut.
Woo! Damn, we're gonna be in that stadium. Oh God, I can't drink a lot.
I know.
Because I might be
She's going to be freaking out.
Once the faucet starts, I'm gonna be pissing every 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm not drinking at least until the fourth quarter. Because I can't.
That literally made my heart
God,
go.
it gave me goosebumps. It gave me goosebumps.
That made me really.
Wow.
like, I'm paying attention.
Damn, and it's only Wednesday.
I'm paying attention.
It's
Well, I
only
mean,
Wednesday.
we may not have to. It may be one of those where I have this bad feeling we're going to score those 30 points really quick, and then they're going to come up.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. And then they're going to come up.
Because that's been the key, right? And we've said that all season is the major difference between this offense and a Jason Garrett offense. I don't count last year because we didn't have Dak.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, last year was...
Last year is a wash.
It was bad. It was
Last
bad.
year's a wash. I don't count that year, okay? So I am counting this year as the first year without a Jason Garrett offense.
Yeah.
And the thing that we have said all year in this season has been that we have come out guns blazing, dude.
Yeah.
Guns blazing. And that was always the thing that we preached about in a Jason Garrett era, is that the first two quarters we just sleep.
Yeah.
We're asleep.
Yep.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know how to adjust. We don't know how to do anything. And then we come out in the second quarter and it's just negative points. It's negative points because it doesn't matter anymore because we're already losing. We're already down. So we're just playing catch up and it's just negative points.
That's true.
That's exactly how I felt in this last game.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
know.
yeah, it was hard. It was hard to watch.
That's exactly how I felt in this last game. But your point is super valid because we haven't been like that this whole year. This whole year we have come out guns blazing right off the bat, just
Hot
boom,
and heavy.
boom, boom, boom.
Hell, if you don't pay attention in the first quarter, you'll miss the first touchdown.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Lately,
love.
it's been the first half for us.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
that's
that's a good point. Yeah.
That is honestly the biggest difference between this offense and a Jason Garrett offense is we attack early and often.
Yes, and then try and control the clock from there.
Yes, and we didn't see that in this last game, which is super weird. But
We never had the ball.
I know, dude. Oh my
Wait, one of our
God.
fans, Joe says, "Why do you think it's going to be a close game? Atlanta is a bad team." This is why I think it's going to be a close game. If you look back besides the first 2 weeks, I mean, the Eagles straight up embarrassed the Falcons at home. They lost 32-6.
And the Eagles are terrible.
Yeah. 48 and week 1 in football is the most unpredictable week in football. Really the first month. I always say after you cannot say what a team is until at least after the first 4 weeks of the regular season. So they got beat by the Buccaneers 48-25. After that, Falcons versus Giants. Yes, Giants aren't that great of a team. They were on the road, 17-14. Washington has a pretty damn solid defensive front. They were at home, lost to Washington 34-30. Falcons versus the Jets. Yes, the Jets aren't that great. They beat the Jets 27-20. Falcons versus the Dolphins. On the road, the Falcons went in and beat the Dolphins 30-28.
Okay,
Lots
this is
of
scary
points.
because
Lots
this
of
is
points.
it's nothing
what I'm
but
saying.
it's nothing but upsets.
But that's
Lots
what
of
I'm saying.
points.
Like they have the ability to and outside of the first 2 weeks of the season, all of their games have been by one possession. Whether it's a win or a loss, it's been a one possession
Which is
game.
exactly what I said about the Broncos.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I said about the Broncos last week. Just because their record is 4-4 and they're third in their division doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it means absolutely nothing, man.
Yeah.
You have to, and see, that's another thing where I feel like we messed up on with the Broncos. You just assumed that this team was going to come in and lay down, and you had Dak back, so everything was going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's how you get beat in the NFL. Assuming because of the team you are that another team is going to come in here and just lay down, because everybody gets paid to play football just like the Cowboys do. So
100%.
don't
Yeah.
ever think that any team thinks that they're out of it. The Falcons are still right there in their division.
Yes.
They're not giving up on the
Yes.
season.
No,
And that's
They're
a
going to
tight
come in there trying to
division.
win. Yeah.
absolutely.
That's a tight division. This team is fighting for their lives in their division. They want that number 1 spot. They are in a division with the Saints, the Panthers, and the Bucks, dude.
Yep.
Don't think that they are not coming for
Oh, yeah.
us.
Oh, yeah.
They are coming for us
Mhm.
for sure. And I said the same thing about the Broncos. Just because I think they were 3-3
Yeah.
when they
Or 3
went
and 4 or something
3
like
and
that.
4, something like that. 4-3, something like that. And I said that, but they are putting up points, and every game is super close.
And they can play a little bit dirty too, so we need to
Yeah.
watch out for that
Some
because
See, yeah.
heavy hitters on defense,
Yeah.
man.
Same thing with
Mhm.
the Falcons.
They be trying to bust some
La
heads
misma,
open.
Yep.
la misma mierda, diferente baño.
Sí se
If you know what it means, then you know what it means.
Sí se puede.
So, okay. Oh, I gave mine. And did you give yours?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You gave yours?
30-27,
30-27.
28-21.
Oh, I'm not
28,
used to this
24.
anymore. I'm
Yeah.
not used to this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What are the fans'
Okay.
predictions? Oh my
So-
God, we get to do fan predictions.
All right,
live.
y'all let us know what your predictions
I'm so
are. I want to see them,
excited.
So we have a few.
Yeah, Tracy, you take it.
Joe says 40-14
Wow.
Cowboys.
Damn,
Joe's
Joe.
been predicting 40 burgers all season.
You know what, Joe?
Damn, Joe.
No, I was with them last week. I was with you last week, honey. But I mean, I hope you're right. I hope
Snap
you're
back
right.
to reality.
Louis Mata, he is hoping for a 40-0 shutout Cowboys. It's his birthday. So,
Ooh, we hope
of
that for your
course,
birthday too, babe.
Brandon
happen.
Blakeney is choosing Cowboys 34-14, that's a really good score.
That is a good
Also,
score.
really quick, because we paused for a second too. Okay, so Greg Zerline is on injured reserve.
Okay.
COVID-19.
Okay.
And it says that Cowboys are trying out kickers.
Oh,
Oh,
trying
wow.
out kickers.
That's
It's
what it
okay.
says.
Maybe we won't win by a field
You
goal.
know what I mean? Oh,
Maybe
wow.
I need to change this real quick.
Might need to switch
My-
it up, gal.
My source is ESPN.com, and it says Dallas Cowboys to try out kickers as Greg Zerline on injured reserve COVID-19 list.
Well, let's hope the kicker
Poop
they
and pee.
find is better than Zerline.
I mean, don't expect it.
No,
Every
I'm not
kicker in this
expecting.
league is questionable.
Awful.
My
Okay.
God.
What the
Yeah, I
hell?
know. It's terrible.
When did-
Everybody's got a bad
Dude,
kicker.
when did that position become so trash?
It's always been trash.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
No,
the
it
kicker's the
hasn't.
one that always gets their butt kicked in the locker room.
I mean, but if you go back and look at the history of the league, I mean, I don't even feel like the kicker position has even been as relevant as it has in the last 5 years.
That's true.
I mean, it's been a very ground and pound type league early on. When have you known like kickers kick 50 and 40 yarders on a regular basis?
Not since we had Dan Bailey.
That's true. That's true. However, when in recent years have you seen so many kickers missing extra points?
Oh no, it's bad.
Yeah, the extra points are like
Bro.
Blame it on COVID.
That's
everybody else does.
unexcusable. Like,
my God.
Inexcusable.
yeah.
The EPs.
That would be like me as a pediatric optician not knowing how to even talk
Take a
to
temperature?
a child. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Like just but nothing.
yeah, something so
It doesn't
simple.
make any
But
sense
Jess, you
at all.
don't know how to talk to kids. You don't do kid talk. You talk to children like they're adults. You do not believe in children
And
talk.
no, but children don't respond to children talk.
Some of
Children
them
respond
love
to
it.
adult talk. No.
They love
No.
to feel like little children.
They love it, but they don't behave.
Oh, true that.
If you want them to behave, you talk to
all
them
right,
like
all right.
they're grown-ups.
I'll
And then-
concur. I'll concur.
All right, I've gotten a couple of more. Last two. 27-18 boys. That's John Dunbar and Bruce with 21-17 Cowboys.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's more realistic, I think.
Yeah.
I like Bruce's.
28-17 or 21-17?
21-17.
I like
Yeah.
Bruce's.
I like that one,
Bruce's.
too.
Yeah, that's good. Except for the fact that we don't know who the kicker's
Yeah,
going to be.
That's kind of a limbo, huh?
well, it
Well, it
makes
looks
me
like my
wary.
28-24 is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
think-
gonna piggyback on you
I
for
think,
my
I think my 28-21 is looking
Yeah.
real good right
yeah.
Let's get us 3
Depending
extra
on the
points,
kicker,
man. Come on.
I may just like trash my prediction altogether.
now. But you've been killing it though.
We'll see
don't
what
doubt
happens.
yourself.
We'll see.
Don't
Don't
doubt
doubt
yourself.
it. Don't doubt it.
Always believe in yourself, honey, because you because you've been killing it, honey.
Shit. Yo.
Hey,
That
hey, we're
means
gonna
it's
do the
time to
raps
go.
again.
Oh. She
Oh
wants
my
to be about
God,
to be
this
out
has
the
been
dope.
so much
Hey.
fun. Thank you
Hey.
guys for hanging out
Hey.
with us. Thank you so much for hanging out in the beginning. We know there were some technical issues, but I will be in town for at least a few more episodes. So we're going to get this right back on track on our live shows. We will be at the game on Sunday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we will be hoping for a Cowboys win. We will be right back here next week. Are we doing Wednesday? Again?
I'm down.
Whenever you're available, JoJo. Whatever
Hey,
days.
don't make it seem like JoJo be busy all the time.
I mean,
I ain't got no job.
Nor do
I ain't got
I.
no
Nor
job.
Tracy. So
You got more job than
I
I,
got all
do.
the
you
jobs.
got lots of jobs. You have so many jobs.
Every day I'm hustling.
many jobs.
Every
Hey,
day I'm
hey,
hustling.
hey,
Every day
hey,
I'm hustling.
Hey. So yeah, every Wednesday.
Let's do Wednesday.
Sure.
Okay.
Wednesday works for me.
Wednesday 6:30.
Wednesday 6:30
Wednesday 6:30.
6:30.
because of traffic.
Because of traffic.
Traffic.
So Wednesday 6:30.
Traffic.
But we'll post and let you guys know for sure.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you. It feels so good to be back. Don't expect it forever. I am just here so I don't get fined. But
Renewing the visa.
renewing visa. I am not staying in the United States because I do love Mexico. If you've never been or if you've never lived there, I highly recommend.
You can throw a rock at it.
Anyways, love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.
Adios, 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 adios.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!